Welcome back to The Good Talk, our post-game recap and Q&A show where we discuss the game we just played and answer all your burning questions, both Warhammer and otherwise. We just came from an awesome game between Le Necrons and Le Blood Angels. First things first, as always, the realist. But also, you got sorry. If you haven't seen that game, of course, go ahead and check it out. We are going to spoil everything. We're going to talk about the nitty-gritty details. So you've been warned. Let's dive on in. Bridger, how you feeling?
I won the duel. That's all I came here to do.
That's right.
I won the duel. There was a secondary duel that wasn't declared.
Yeah.
I lost that one. Mostly due to hubris.
That's so true. That's so true.
But I won the duel that mattered.
Yeah. But Dante was on the other side of the board when the duel happened.
Okay.
Quite cowardly, I thought.
No. Hear me out.
Yeah.
He gave re-rolls to the Inceptors that did most of the damage.
Oh.
So he was commanding
Okay.
the Inceptors to do better. So like he gets, like you know how generals get credit for wars? Like when they win battles, the general gets credit, right?
Right.
Not the foot soldiers.
Yeah, that's fair.
The general.
You know what?
So Dante won that duel.
I think we should be perpetuating this unfortunate hierarchical system. But you did.
So I won the duel.
You did win the duel. This is true. This was 10 points. You declared a duel. I bravely declared that I would accept it with the Silent King.
You could have accepted with like a Chronomancer.
I could have, and
You get to pick.
Yeah.
I pick. So normally, like, from a competitive standpoint, it's not good because of that. Someone just picks something they're not going to throw in. But that's not cool.
not fun.
That's not how we roll here at Tabletop Titans. So I picked the Silent King, which legitimately actually, like, I picked it because it was cool, but also he was a scary thing for Bridger. And in order to get at least those 10 points, he was going to have to kill him in melee.
Right.
Like, we knew it was probably going to be trying to chip him down and then charge him when he was like on his last breath. And he did that, but it was still scary. He still fought last, killed the Redemptor. And I assume the reason you went in with the Redemptor and the Blade Guard was so that I could only kill one
of them.
basically.
And either of them could kill you.
Yeah, exactly. So it was a good call there. The Redemptor was basically dead already.
And they both had OBSEC, so it didn't really matter which one lived.
Yep, exactly.
And they both had full rerolls from the Chaplain. Yep. Like, it was going to work. I was impressed that I killed him in one go. That, like, shooting and fighting, I did it.
Yeah.
We talked a lot before the game about how possible it was, and I was very down on it. I was like, there's no way I'm going to. And then I did. But everything else went really awry for me.
Oh my gosh.
It was a hairy game for me.
So badly, right from the start.
I think the largest tactical mistake that I made
Okay, yeah, let's hear it.
was putting an extra squad of Sangard in Deep Strike. I really only needed to put the 4-man in Deep Strike. The extra 5-man just got to combat late.
Yeah, that's true.
I swapped them. The 4 ended up in my deployment zone and the 5 in yours.
Yeah.
But like, the 4 in your deployment zone would have done the job.
Right.
And then 5 in my deployment zone that's their turn 1 to respond immediately would have done way better. The whole game's different.
Yeah,
I don't lose my right flank immediately, and I might even like slap back, because if you have to worry about 2 squads of Sangard heroically intervening, it's a lot scarier.
Oh, it's so scary. It was already like you kind of had them in this line, so it's this giant net that I have to respect. And the moment you have 2 of them, it's like almost impossible to move without saying, okay, we're going to take on these Sangard. And that also keeps your characters alive in a weird way, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that was my big mistake.
Point.
And it's a mistake I don't usually make. I hate deep striking things in 9th.
Yeah.
But I just didn't know where to put them in deployment. And the real answer is I could have put them anywhere. Like, you weren't going to shoot them.
Yeah, that's true. Do you have the option to go back and deep strike anyways?
I do.
Yeah.
Upon Wings of Fire, but it's the slow way. It's like they go into deep strike and next turn they can come down.
Sure, but that's at least, if you need them to like rod.
Oh, right. If one model lives, I can rod with him next turn.
Yeah, exactly. And just kind of have that option. It'll be delayed, but as you mentioned, you're going to be delayed one way or another. You're going to be delayed getting into combat, or you're going to be delayed doing that backfield thing. So you did have that clutch charge in the back that looked like you could be.
It kind of turned the game around.
It did, actually.
It made it a game.
Yeah, it forced me to kind of double down in a way.
Yeah.
And I said, okay, I had to abandon the point and had to keep moving forwards. And then it became interesting. So there were a lot of swings back and forth, but they just never quite cut your way, did they?
No. Yeah, I mean, there were a few major things that like just really fell apart for me.
Yeah.
But it's a dice game. It's Warhammer.
That's sometimes that happens.
And like, there were a lot of things that you did that were just strong. You had some strong positional play with the Warriors. You did a lot of reanimation tricks. There's like not much I counterplayed to the extent that I could.
Yeah, exactly.
But without large bricks, like really haymaker shots to kill a whole squad at once.
Yeah.
It's it's tough to deal with.
It is really tough, yeah, because with that invuln save, it's like there are some factions that can kill a whole block of warriors, and Blood Angels are one of them. But A, that's tough, and B, in order to get that many attacks, you have to generally do it with the kinds of units that you don't use in 9th edition, right?
Right.
A big unit with lots and lots of attacks. The Plasma Inceptors are one of the few shooting units that can do it. But even then, if they have the invuln save from the Chronomancer, it's not actually
pretty
mathematically.
dicey,
Yeah. So.
Because it's only 30 shots.
Yeah.
So if any of them fail to hit and wound, and you just get average saves, you
Right,
live.
that's exactly 20. Then you pass one, they all come back. It's great. I'm surprised I didn't have to use the auto pass leadership. I was not worried about it, but I thought I was going to have to use it at one point. And because it's once per game, you really have to kind of manage that.
Yeah, I mean, 9th morale doesn't really hurt Necrons anymore because it counts as slain, so you can still bring them back with the Res Orb.
Yeah.
And the chances of you losing a whole unit to morale is like,
Right. Yeah, it's like a few
not gonna
more,
happen.
which is fine. I think the big kind of positional play was that first turn Veil.
Yeah,
I think that
it was
with the
huge.
block of warriors, that's what won it for me. Kind of getting planted early on that left flank, and we were like, I was already kind of swirling. I was coming the other direction with the Silent King, which meant you wanted to swirl towards these warriors, which in a weird
really
way
hard,
was
yeah.
it was good for me, right?
I just slammed my head into an anvil
Right.
at full speed.
And the anvil is
The
like
anvil didn't move.
rebuilding itself around you. You know, and like
Right, it was
it's
like a
swallowing
waterfall.
you.
I was like trying to swim up a waterfall. And the water was like, nah, bro, we're going to keep going. And you're also not swimming up me.
Right.
It was
Exactly. Exactly. So I thought
But,
that was interesting.
I think had I gone first, and I don't want this to be a line of thinking that the viewers at home don't do this.
Sure. Yeah.
Don't, because so many people are like, but if I went first, I would have won.
Yeah.
But like, it's a totally different game if I go first, because I screen out so far with the Outriders.
Yep.
The Outriders just advance onto your objective turn 1.
Right.
Which gives me Stranglehold turn 1, turns off your banner,
Yep.
screens out all of your Veil possibilities.
Yeah. Exactly.
And then I get my Inceptors on the table before you get your
Yeah.
Lich Guard on the table,
Yeah,
which
exactly.
means I Auspex scan and they all die instantly.
Yep. Yep.
So it's like a lot of things could have gone very differently in that game.
It completely changes it. Yeah. Exactly. Because I can't. You can be sure that there's certain spots that I just cannot drop down with them. You're going to Auspex scan. You're going to kill them. And the other thing is it forces me to also play the Silent King differently, right?
Right.
So I made a decision in, I think it was the turn 2 movement where the Silent King kind of moved forwards. And it was like, okay, I can try to get my Scarabs 9 inches in front of him to keep him screened out for the Plasma Scepters. But he's not going to go into combat. And I decided to go for it knowing he would probably die, but he'd kind of take his pound of flesh, which he did. But if you had kind of pushed forwards, I think that becomes less interesting, and I more have to play that screening game with those Scarabs. And he kind of just kills. He's slowed down. He kills only with shooting, and he gets into combat a little bit later on. So, like you said, a very different game.
Very different game. And I think this game was pretty close on paper. The way it played out was not close, but it wasn't like a bad matchup. It was like
No.
just some things went
Well, I mean,
really
even
haywire.
before the show, you two kept.
We were going
talking,
back and forth on like who's advantaged.
Especially
and-
Bridger. Bridger's like, I think I'm going to win. No, I think
Who's
you're going to
advantaged,
win.
yeah.
Well, no, because like we had, and we'll just openly say, we
course,
had
yeah.
you as the custom dynasty with all OBSEC and pregame move.
Yeah.
And I was like, Adrian, I don't like.
There's no play.
I don't think I can stop that. Like,
Yeah.
you will hold the entire board all game. Let's tone it down. And you brought Novak, which I think was the right call in retrospect. In retrospect, I think it's the right call. But like after that, we thought I was pretty heavily advantaged. We were like, that's a big swing. It's still a game, but I think the Blood Angels have the lead.
Yeah. Right.
It's a crazy game. Warhammer is a crazy
You
game.
never know. Things can happen, and there's so many tiny interactions. So, Necrons they still have some nasty tricks.
For sure.
This game was won on the backs of the Necrons. Which, speaking of which, my Necron Warriors. Sorry, I said on the back of the Necrons.
MVPs?
The Warriors.
Yeah.
The Warriors did everything with
did
their shenanigans,
everything.
their movement, their reanimation. It's all about them. They won this game for me. Silent King was awesome.
Close
I
second.
loved playing him.
Lich Guard.
Lich Guard were so good.
They were very disruptive.
Oh my gosh. So like everything did their role great, but it was the Warrior that won it. What about you? What was your MVP? Who did something this game?
Dante got you 10 points, according to you.
Through his superior
The
generalship.
problem is the Plasma Inceptors did all the actual work, but
You freeze to vote for them.
they were 300 points.
Yeah.
And so, like, did they really do that? Like, did they really do that much work? No.
Yeah. That's
And
true.
then when I really needed them to not die, they just flubbed it and all
Oh
died
my God.
all the time. They were just
Right.
like, "Kill me, give me bullets," and they were just like jumping. They were just jumping into the line of fire. It's true.
John commands it.
It's such a John thing.
I think it has to be Sangard. The 5 Sangard, the deep struck in the back of your
Oh yeah, they were
deployment
doing
zone,
work.
and they just kept like bouncing back and
Yeah.
forth between the two objectives. They were outnumbered, they were outclassed, but they did what they could.
Yeah.
I don't know if they were outclassed. They were fighting thralls and scarabs and
immortals.
chronomancers.
Exactly. Immortals have been alive for thousands of years.
That's true.
Yeah,
But they still have 1 wound.
you kind of proved that they're named inappropriately.
Mortals. We should just call them mortals.
Man,
Yeah.
Fug says that Bridger's MVP,
Oh.
mustache vibing player.
Okay, all right.
I like it.
Bring it back. Anyways, awesome game as always, a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Shall we dive into some super chats?
Do some super chats.
Yeah. Okay. Let me pull it up here.
Sounds good.
Thank you, Matthew. Hey, Titans. What other shooting should I add to my Emperor Spears? I have 5 intercessors, Inceptors, a Vendread, and Storm Raven, accompanying Blade Guard suite with Assault Centurions.
You have plenty of shooting. You don't need more.
Thanks. Go Bengals.
Bengals.
Inceptors, a Vendread, and a Storm Raven is plenty of shooting in 9th edition.
So then, what should
Yeah,
he? What should
honestly.
he add to this list?
More Blade Guard.
this is like close to 2,000 points already.
5 intercessors. Wait, 5 squads of intercessors?
No.
A unit of 5.
Yes.
Yeah. So it's a pretty elite army.
It's a patrol.
yeah.
It doesn't say how many Inceptors. I would guess 3 Plasma Inceptors. A Vendread, Storm Raven, Blade Guard. So everything in this army is in the Storm Raven.
Yeah. This is a 1K. I think it's 1K.
No, Storm Raven's expensive.
It's like 300.
That's more than that, isn't it?
It's in the book. It's not Forge World. You're not thinking of. It's the plastic kit.
The transport with a that takes dreadnought?
Yeah. It's plastic. I have it. Yeah, 3, 4. Yeah, it's like a 1,000 point list. Honestly, yeah, I think with Emperor Spears you have enough shooting. To me, it's just more assault intercessors, Blade Guard, and apothecary. You know, to me those are the most compelling things to kind of have as your main line that go with it. Maybe some assault intercessors if those are regular intercessors.
This is like the second Emperor Spear question this week.
Yeah, it is.
I don't know.
It's a cool faction.
Awesome.
It's a cool faction.
They're so cool.
Thank you, Andrew. Hey, Titans. I am battle scribing a Space Wolves Terminator Dreadnought Gravis armor list at 2K, successor chapter themed as bears.
Oh, cool.
Any rough list suggestions and how many dreads? Thanks and go Sons of Sanguinius.
Wow.
People really rooting for the Blood Angels tonight.
You let a lot of people down, Bridger.
I did let a lot of people down.
What do we think of this list?
So things to
Rough list
rough
suggestions.
list.
Bjorn, Murderfang, 2 Vendreads with shield and axe.
Okay.
That's the Dreadnoughts. We're done with Dreadnoughts. 4.
Are you sure?
No,
You don't want any Volkite Contemptors?
but... Oh, are we going competitive or fun?
Good question.
Well, maybe do a little bit of both.
Do
So
a mix.
Volkite Contemptors.
It's Space Wolves. Like, let's just make a fun list.
No.
Well, maybe you make a
A
competitive
fun
list and it'll be
semi-competitive.
fun.
A fun semi-competitive.
Yeah, something that can play.
I think 4 Dreadnoughts, because we still have other expensive themes.
Okay.
We have Terminators and Gravis armor yet to go.
True.
And those are
True.
both expensive. The Gravis armor is going to be aggressors or Inceptors.
Yeah.
That's like, do you want the good thing or the bad thing?
Sure. Could also be heavy intercessors.
It will not be. I'm going to tell you
The
right
worst
now.
thing.
Could be Eradicators.
Could be
That's a middle option between aggressors and Inceptors, but
Yeah.
aggressors at least benefit from Space Wolves Chapter Tactic, and it's like thematic.
They're
Kinda cool.
successor though, so they don't get that. Oh. So I would
He
say
didn't
not
say
then.
what successor though.
That's the question. That is the question. Well, you have a suggestion? Fall back in charge?
And Whirlwind of Rage, Exploding Sixes.
Yeah. Yeah.
But now we're leaning into combat stuff. So our dreads should be combat.
well, they are, like you
Dude,
said,
combat dreads with fallback and charge is like pretty spook.
right? Because you can't stop them.
And Whirlwind of Rage? Ooh,
I kind of like it.
ooh.
I like it. I would do that.
Okay.
I would
Then
still.
you can't have named characters, can you? If you're your successor,
It's true.
can't have Bjorn.
Yeah,
can't have
yeah.
Murderfang.
Yeah, so you start over. So Volkite Contemptors.
Oh.
Okay, 3 Vendreads with the shield and Thingo.
An axe, yeah. And then you can take Wolf and Dreads, but like, they're not as good.
It's what you take once you've run out of Vendread slots. Unfortunately, they're just kind of wonky.
Redemptors are cool though. You can bring some Redemptors if you feel like it.
Yeah.
They're shooty fighty.
They are. That's actually a good point. I would take I don't know about you, you guys, but for the Terminators, I would tend towards a bigger block of hammer and shield, if anything, and lean on that durability. And then personally, anytime I make a Space Wolves list, I would always take at least 2 units of Fenrisian Wolves.
Yes.
Amazing, cheap,
Yes.
throwaway, fast units that are unique to your army.
Yeah.
You know, they're cool and they're competitive.
There you go. I think we did it.
That's the core of the list. I like it.
Thank you, Andrew, and thank you, Daminian or
you.
Deminian. I guess depending if we're doing, British or.
Oh yeah.
First super chat. Many of you, much love from Oz.
Woo, that's awesome.
Not
Like the Wizard of Oz
Yeah, it says OZ.
or Austria.
or Oz the prison, like in the HBO.
No, not that.
That's a deep cut.
Not keen on objective secured as written. Maybe changing it to troops counting double over instant cap,
right.
and improving walkers and Titanic to half their wound
Yeah.
stat.
Yeah.
So you're a Knights player, I take it.
a ninth player.
Because I don't think and nobody but Knights players dislikes OPSEC.
Yeah. Well, I understand. Their gripe is that there's no gradation. Other than like OBSEC and double OBSEC.
Yeah.
It's like you have OBSEC and it trumps everything else.
Yeah. But that's like the point of objective. When I think like binary rules, I think objective secure, like scoring units in war games, you are scoring or you are not scoring. And that's that's in almost every war game. It's like there are units that can score and there are units that can't score. And that goes back for like forever. And I think it's fine. Like, do we need a gradation between scoring and not scoring?
Well, why? Why though? I can think of
Because
some reasons, but
I mean, I'm not a I'm not a war historian or anything like that.
Sure.
But like, there are squads that do things that are not just shoot,
yeah.
and then there are squads that do things that just mostly just shoot. I think is the premise. Is it like
I don't know about that, but
a tank is not going to secure a building,
right. That's what we're representing here.
and a cavalry division is not going to secure a town, right? Like they can be in the town, but they're not going to go through all the buildings and do any objectives, right? That's why there are scoring and non-scoring. Is going back to like normal warfare.
But then what does Rights of War do? Like, what's the?
Well, no, we're like 40 years of game development past, but it originated in
Yeah.
a tank is not going to do these things.
Right. Yeah. The idea is that they are securing a building, or they're extracting information, or they're picking
Right.
something up. Like there's something that's important, and in 40K it becomes very, very, very abstract. But that's at the core of it. That's what it's representing, right? It's the beacon or whatever it is. I think from a game perspective, something to think about is also they want to have these distinctions between these kind of more specialized kill units versus the units that hold a point, because it encourages diversity and a balanced list, meaning you're going to have a kind of a mix of all these things, and it's not going to be like, well, these are all just mega, just kill you dead guys that also hold points well.
Right.
And I think that's the concern.
So how do you? I guess the question would be, how do you? You're almost like it's a nudge. You're almost trying to nudge people to take these units, but can you not just nudge them to take those units by making those units worth taking?
Yeah, exactly. There are different philosophies of doing it, right?
Or simply requiring them. I mean,
I don't think anybody wants
Yeah.
a
That's true.
game where it's just I kill you and you kill me. Like the base mission where there are no objectives and you just kill each other is not interesting.
No,
And there's a
absolutely correct.
gradation between that and like killing doesn't matter at all, because people generally don't like that either. We're in the middle where it's like, well, you need to do things that are kill each other, and you need to do things that aren't kill each other. You're gonna have units that excel at killing. And
Yeah.
you're gonna have units that excel at this thing that's not killing, which is very nebulous. What is that? Well, it's existing in places. OBSEC.
Yeah.
I think it's a fine abstraction. The knights are weapons of mass destruction. You don't capture a city with knights, you destroy a city with knights.
Yeah, but you're making a narrative argument, and that doesn't change the fact that people want to play these things, and
I'm
that
also-
you can play an army of them, and it just doesn't
Right.
work.
And I'm also not sure you're making a correct narrative argument. I think you're making a narrative argument in like what happens after the battle. But during the battle, I mean like during the battle, if there is a tank on that building,
Right.
or a couple of tanks on that building, that building is secured.
Right.
Right? Those tanks can't stay there for the next week and do that maybe.
Yeah.
Right, or get the information.
No, I feel
right?
you.
So like
yeah. It depends how you're. Again, it comes back to like, what is the point representing? How you abstracting it, right? It could just be because there could be no beacon. There's nothing. It's just this is a strategic point that this tank is kind of holding right now, and it's important for tactical reasons. And so it's not about
Like a choke point. You're holding a choke point.
Sure. Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
I think that's a good point.
If anything, then it'd be compelling to see more infantry, be able to kill things like tanks.
I
like
think-
up close and stuff like that.
With the goal of promoting unit diversity, which is really
I
what
think
this
that's
does.
what it comes down to. Yeah.
There should be different missions where different kinds of units are special.
like Sigmar.
So like
Like somewhere in this 40,
There's a
40K
mission-
had this too. And
They used to. That's right. Yeah, you're right.
you could have missions where you need to hack a beacon or something,
Right.
and like a knight is not going to hack a beacon,
exactly.
or a tank, but it's not going to hack a beacon.
But this is where, again, kind of talking, I know we're spending a lot of time on this, but it's super interesting. It's like, Zach, you said this thing about you could design it in a different way to make them want to do that, right?
Right.
And I don't think OBSEC is a ham-fisted solution, but it is a way of sort of guaranteeing
yeah,
this
that
diversity.
everybody has.
And if we come back to this idea of like, oh, well, you have different roles that are good in different missions, you run the risk of having the same problem where some people just don't have that. And then you're just screwed.
Yeah,
It's not kind of the base ground line. Everyone should be able to participate in it. And now we're in the same part where like, okay, well now walkers and knights can play the game, but this army that doesn't
like
have many
Custodes-
bikers can't do the
Like
thing.
Custodes don't have tanks unless you buy Forge World.
Right.
If you're playing plastic
well, it could be
Custodes.
something else, right? There's this one
Yeah.
mission that's all heavy support. And they just don't use that.
Yeah,
And Harlequins are like,
back
well,
in-
Back
back in like 6th, 7th ed, they had like big guns never tired.
Yeah.
And, like it favored heavy support. But then in 7th edition, the heavy support in that mission became a liability.
Yep.
And like for Tau, for example, all the heavy
right.
hitters were elite. And so
Yeah.
like at first it was like, oh, this sucks. Big guns never tire. I'm not taking any of this stuff.
Right.
Like, broadsides weren't good at that point, right?
Yeah.
Then the next
you weren't
edition
taking hammerheads, Zach? Come on.
Suddenly the liability was
great.
gone. Like, yeah,
That's
exactly.
fascinating.
There's one for fast attack. There's one for heavy support.
I kind of like the seasonal way that AOS has started to do it. Where like
It's interesting.
they're like, this season's about monsters. Everybody play your monsters. and
Right,
like if
right.
we had like a tank, a quarter of tanks.
Right.
I don't want to say a year. Year's a long time. I think by the end of the year, people will be pretty sick of Gur.
No, I don't think so.
You think a year's
people don't
the
play-
right-
Most people don't play as much as us.
That's fair. That's fair.
true.
But a year of Gur, anyway, some amount of
Year
time.
of Gur.
I want like some amount of time where we're like tanks. It's about tanks. We're gonna have
Right.
missions where tanks do special things.
And even then they have it covered where it's like, okay, it's all about monsters, but it's also about killing
monsters. Yeah, yeah.
So there's that risk and liability.
Yeah.
Anyways, thank you for your question.
What a great answer. We're good at this.
Well, maybe it was long.
Yeah, we didn't know.
It was like a whole debate.
Thank you, Caldorf. Hi, Titans. Can't wait for the Titathon, and especially stoked for AOS, Star Wars, hobby marathons, and Titan Watch, and the reveal of a secret project. Sweet.
So excited. Thank you, Caldorf.
Caldorf named everything
Except for 40K.
that we don't normally do, which is great. Yeah, we're excited for these things too. The hobby marathon, well, only one kind of like hobby mini marathon, honestly, though. Just heads up.
Zach's marathoned out. He doesn't really want to do
No,
marathons.
we're due for a marathon. We are.
We are due for marathon.
We're due for
and
a
the truth
marathon.
is, like, we're going to be working all the time this upcoming week, so,
We kind of have a behind the scenes hobby marathon.
Yeah, the marathons are.
that's true.
Adrian didn't respond to that, and I got worried.
He's like, someone has a behind the scenes hobby marathon.
I was like, what does that mean?
Yeah, sometimes the marathons make sense because we want to get the stuff done anyway.
Yeah,
So it's just like,
totally.
yeah. Thank you, Manodork Paints.
Thank you.
I play Grey Knights, 9th edition Codex. Has been nuts learning the new rules.
Yeah.
I want another army that plays different and won't melt my brain. Thoughts?
Yeah, I imagine.
Always to me with the 9th ed codexes that come out, like I don't play any of them. The one that seems just like the most like duh is Death Guard. I feel like it just feels pretty good, pretty easy.
Dark Angels are similar.
Dark
They're very
Angels?
linear armies, where it's
Yeah.
like you have a game plan. You don't have a choice of game plans. You have a game plan. Go
see.
do it.
Yeah.
But Thousand Suns a little bit like that too. They just have a way like the psychic.
Their game
phase
plan
is
has
built in
100
brains.
steps, though.
Right.
The Death Guard game plan has 7 steps.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do. I agree with Death Guard and Dark Angels are both.
Dark Angel game plan has 0 stats.
Dark Angels is
It
super
stands
simple.
still.
If you play a classic Dark Angels build, it's fun. It's just
Is it fun?
it's simple.
Who's having fun?
Now, here's the thing. These are good suggestions, but they're also bad suggestions for him because he's already playing Grey Knights, which is like an elite Marine army. So what's the non-elite Marine army
That's simple?
that won't melt his brain?
I'm thinking.
I know. It's
Non-elite
not adding up.
elite armies are the simple armies.
Yeah,
You're
that-
going in the wrong direction, Zach.
Well, it doesn't necessarily always have to be like that, though. Right?
There are no simple hordes.
I think currently that's true though.
I think currently it is true.
I think currently, like, I can't even really call Orcs a horde army. Like, you can play them as a horde army.
Oh, what about orcs? Maybe orcs. That won't melt his brain. That's very different.
They're definitely much simpler.
I
than
also like
GK.
is Drukari particularly. I mean, like, there's
No, no, Drakari have a lot. They're pretty complicated, honestly.
Okay.
We
There's a lot
just
going
we
on.
just have
orcs.
Spend so much time
What
with
melts
them.
what melts somebody's brain? Psychic phase and stratagems.
yeah
Right.
yeah
Orcs like no stratagems.
yeah. Their stratagems suck.
Yeah.
So yeah, no. No, yeah, you're right actually. Or if you wanted to play something totally different than Orcs actually.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you, Bad Axe 45. Would you guys be willing to do a members only or for everyone game of Marvel Crisis Protocol? Buds are getting into it now, running a full Avengers roster.
Oh, that's awesome. I love the models. I don't know anything about the game. Do you know anything?
No.
Do you know anything?
I don't. I
Too many
know.
good
I
games.
know. We know somebody who has like a lot of the models painted up
Yeah.
in
yeah.
our wider circle, because I don't think it's something that we would want to probably dedicate a lot of time to painting. And every model is
super
bespoke and
detailed.
different.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You're not
yeah.
painting a squad. You're painting this Superman
Right.
and this whoever.
Wrong universe,
Whoever.
that's okay.
Batman. Whoever
No,
they are.
still, nope. There's a
Luke
lot.
Skywalker. Whoever it is.
There's a lot of cool games that we have interest in playing.
Yeah.
We're limited on resources, on
Yeah,
time.
like I would never say never. Like, we're getting to play Star Wars, largely thanks to an awesome community member.
Yeah.
So, yeah, no, we'll never say never. Yeah,
It could happen.
Yeah, but we're just so much going on.
Thank you, Boo Chris Boo.
So,
Will all the Titans participate in No Shave November,
Nope.
where the community gets to vote on
Nope.
who is the most gorgeous at the end of
I'm
November?
gonna go ahead and I'm gonna stop you right there, Zach. I will not.
Yeah, that's weird. I thought you would be the one who would be.
No, because that's locking me into like 2 full months of this, and that's a lot. I'm not gonna.
oh,
it
I
seems
see.
unlikely.
Right, because we're a month away.
It seems unlikely that I will be. I'm not gonna rule it out,
I'm
but
not.
it seems unlikely.
I don't know. We'll see. Mel hates it when I grow out my facial hair because I've never gotten past the point of it just being scratchy.
Right?
Eventually, it's like soft and lush. Yeah,
I
you
haven't.
do it. Do the thing. Yeah.
I haven't not had a beard for like over a decade.
Yeah.
So
Wow.
So you should shave completely
And start over.
and start over.
I don't
Like your
And then
whole
you
body.
can now you can be like this.
yeah.
You could be in this terrible phase.
John.
This could be you.
Is John gonna grow facial
I doubt
hair?
Can he?
I don't know.
I doubt it.
He looks like.
He's just a boy.
Yeah, he looks like a boy. Well, Boo Chris Boo, I would say it's about the same level of, like, will we play Marvel Crisis Protocol? No promises. Will we all not shave?
No
No promises.
problem.
However, maybe you guys can still vote on who's the most gorgeous at the end of November.
I think we should do that regardless.
Regardless,
And
yeah.
No Shave November. It's for good cause. So that's the one reason I'm like maybe.
Maybe, right? Thank you, Michael Cody. Bridger should be praised for coming onto stream with the stash. He knew he'd get teased and had the confidence to do it anyway. That being said,
Oh no, it's a different.
Okay.
yeah.
That was quite the cliffhanger, Michael.
right. But no, this is. I have.
Yeah,
oh
yeah.
wait. Everyone have a Friday so good that you can emotionally cope with Bridger looking like someone your mother would bring home as a new stepfather
Oh, no.
in the 80s.
Oh
I
no!
take it back. I saw the beginning of it, and he's like, "I'm not talking about the mustache. It's fine."
I thought it was gonna move. I thought it was like moving on to like. That being said, what do you think of this list?
Oh,
The
man.
80s, yeah.
It's a phase, chat. Don't worry. It'll pass. It's a phase.
I feel like
I like it.
You
I
need
mean,
to wear the
no.
shorts to go with it too.
Oh no!
Look, we're just working on it. Tuesday, I had the dad outfit. Now you got the mustache going on.
The dad outfit was pretty great. The best part about the dad outfit for John and I is that like you left, you were dressed normally, and then like literally 2 minutes before the stream, you came back dressed like a dad, and John and I think like glanced at each other and like for a second, and then just like did the stream.
Glanced at each other, glanced at the exits.
Yeah.
Sure. Look, I wanted to wear that sweater, okay, and I just happened to be wearing jeans that day. It's my fault. Moving on.
Okay.
Please.
Thank you, Bakua. Okay. Bad take. Imperial Guard flyer spam guy back Titans.
Oh, welcome back.
Well, okay.
He's the guy.
Okay.
Imperial Guard flyer
Oh, I
spam
got
guy.
it.
Yeah.
Bad
He's
take.
back.
Imperial flyer
Yeah.
spam guy
Bakua,
back
yeah.
Titans. Okay. Awesome. Did Adrian tell me flyers were bunk? Then name 3 orc flyers MVP next game. What's the best of the 3
Yeah.
Imperial Guard jets?
We're in like a mini flyer meta right now.
Yeah.
There's like a slice.
And nobody likes it.
We're gonna have a
don't like
real mini flyer meta on Monday.
You should do something with that. You should run with that idea,
Yeah.
honestly. On my desk on Monday, okay?
What is it? I don't even know what I do.
Whatever this marketing thing, I like
Okay.
it. I do more of
Flyer
that.
meta.
So,
Mini
Bakua.
flyer
Mini
meta.
flyer meta.
Yes, we're in two, like it's a combo, it's a 1-2 punch of things everybody hates. Alpha Strike Flyer meta at the top competitive level.
I hate metas.
And so yeah, Orc Flyers are good
Just
because
an
they do
announcement.
the Alpha Strike Flyer nonsense.
Well, here's the thing. They're also efficient. So like the flyers that are doing well right now are the AdMech flyers and the Orc flyers.
Right.
I haven't actually seen other than that, but they're both making all the top tables, and they're efficient. They're dirt cheap. They're efficient. Not to just kind of poo-poo your question, but the IG ones
Are not
are
efficient.
not efficient.
They all lost roving gunship.
Have the Forge ones lost that?
Yes.
They
All the
did.
Forge ones did lose it.
Oh, yeah,
the
that was
Codex
that
ones
first
didn't lose
FAQ.
it because they weren't in the Codex. Like
Gotcha.
there's no new Codex yet.
But we still don't like the Valkyries are
Overpriced.
nothing amazing.
It seems like
Still
everyone just
expensive.
ignores the Valkyries.
Yeah.
Or
Just
kills
ignore
them, like glances at them and they die.
if they
Yeah.
choose to.
Yeah.
If they've got.
If they feel like
they
it.
If they
have
feel
to.
like it, yeah.
They'll kill it.
So that's the problem is it's the efficiency paired with these things that Bridger's talking about. That Alpha Strike, move blocking is great. -1 to hit is great. That, these all things that, I don't know. But yeah, no, I did prove myself wrong. That's the best I can
So
say.
we're not going to pick any of the 3 IG jets.
Well, no, let's try to pick a couple.
If somebody wanted to run 3
they're gonna
actual
do
military
it.
jets, what would you tell them to
Who's
do?
going to do
Valkyries,
it?
because they're transports. Because they have a secondary feature that is not just fly over and shoot something. Because none of them are good at fly over and shoot
Especially like Scions, dropping some Scions.
Yeah,
saying.
and it's OPSEC in there. That's legitimately a good thing.
I so want to see the Vulture. It's so cool.
something. No, it's not cool.
I just want to see.
The only time vultures have been competitive was when they were mean.
They were. I was fine with them.
planes. I just,
Sounds like Forge World.
nobody likes planes.
Yeah.
It's like they're just mean.
Can you give so vultures can be scions, right?
No.
No.
Planes are
their own
the
thing.
Air Force.
Oh,
Dang. Okay. Well, you know where I was going with that.
I do know where you were going.
Get the AP. That would
No,
be cool.
Can't do it.
Yeah. So Valkyries, huh?
Valkyries. They have a secondary purpose. It's not just go shoot something.
How many points are Valkyries?
I don't know. Too many.
Under 200?
A lot.
Oh yeah. If
Why was that the number that you chose? That's really high. Would you pay 200 for?
some of the flyers are really expensive, so like the Eldar ones, for example, they're in the
Whoa,
Monopoly
like
timeout
low-
jail right now.
low-
well, they hit on 2s rerolling ones, so they belong in
But they don't have a
Monopoly
lot of
timeout.
shots,
jail.
really, though.
Yeah.
They have
low
like
number of
5 shots. They have more shots than a Valkyrie. Hitting on 2s rerolling ones.
No, they don't have more shots than Valkyrie.
No,
They do.
I
The
think
missiles?
They have like 4 shots. Like a Crimson Hunter
You have a
X-Arc.
Yeah.
pulse laser and you have 5 shots.
That's 4 shots.
It's like
Pulse lasers are 2 shots, so it's 4 shots.
it's like 2 pulse lasers and 2
Two
bright
star
And then
lances.
bright lances or star
Or
cannons.
star cannons.
I like. The
Oh,
star
if you
cannons.
take the Star Cannon, they will have more.
Oh, they know more shots, but that doesn't. You can put more shots on the Valkyrie too with other weapons, but you
I know.
wouldn't.
No, you can't.
You can.
Oh, you can replace the last cannon with a multi-laser.
That's what I'm saying.
So you can go
If
up
we're
to
gonna
5
talk-
shots.
If we're gonna talk about nonsense, what?
But like, nobody's gonna take a multi-laser on, and people do take star cannons on Crimson Hunter X-Arcs
used
'cause
to.
it's good.
they used to, and they were interesting.
Well, now nobody takes anything on it. That's
on
not.
Crimson Hunter Exarch.
Yeah, because
Or,
they don't.
or Valkyrie. Yeah. Anyways, yeah.
You know, it's too bad because honestly, flyers have always been either
They're hard to balance.
broken or not broken.
Yeah.
It's
yeah.
almost like this is a game of ground warfare, and flyers should just be stratagems. But they made models, and it's too late.
They're cool models,
They're
though.
cool.
They are cool models.
We should enable people to play these cool models. That should be the goal, Bridger.
Oh, the Tau Codex flyers have basically never been
Yeah.
Here's an
even,
analogy.
That's true.
a consideration.
It's very-
Here's
true.
just a hypothetical.
Yeah.
Let's say they
Don't
make
take away people's toys.
boats. They make really cool boat models.
Uh-huh.
And the boats are huge. They're like warships.
Sure.
They're boats.
Yeah.
Gosh, I hope Brian is watching. Keep going.
Why do you hope Brian's watching?
Because like flyers don't need water, Bridger. Like we
No. But they play on an axis that the rest of the game doesn't.
That doesn't matter, though.
And let's say, okay, fine, not boats, buildings. They make amazing buildings.
Sure.
Yes.
Whatever you say.
Buildings are either broken or terrible because they can't move. They don't play the
no,
game like
no,
everyone
no.
else.
That's-
You're giving up in the design phase.
Nothing is possible.
Nothing is possible. Exactly. It's the Bridgerism.
Balancing flyers is incredibly difficult.
Yes, agreed. But they exist, and they're cool, and people want to play them.
Are they cool?
Are they cool?
Yeah, yes, they're
Thank you.
extremely cool.
Chat, are flyers cool? Yeah, obviously. Thank
Yes.
you.
Yes.
No, nobody said yes. Nobody. There's a 30-second chat delay.
I'm
Nobody
just going
said
to
yes.
pause and wait. I'll wait.
Back me up, chat. Flyers are not cool.
Flyers are cool. I'm
Flyers
just
are
saying
super
these
cool.
models exist, and that's what it comes down to, is people want to play with their toys. So we should enable it. Is it a tough challenge? Yes.
But what if they just didn't make the? It's too
It's too
late.
You can't put the cat back in the box.
But like,
That's the thing, right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. That's the thing.
if I think we can all agree, if the models didn't exist, flyers should be stratagems instead of making models for them.
I think it's a approach.
Should be an airstrike.
It's a approach.
Yeah. I mean, that sort of exists. Like many factions have like a laser
Space
that shoots
laser.
down.
Yeah.
Orbital bombardment, yeah.
Yeah.
Manta drop, because we don't have an actual manta that deep strikes you. Although
Good.
that'd be cool.
Good.
Look, see?
Yeah. Flyers
It's
are very
coming
cool. And they are some of the most incredible models for every faction. And when you see that, I mean, like, we're going to do Aeronautica a couple weeks, you and I. And
When
and
it's
like,
all flyers, it's
so
cool.
I
cool.
don't think he wants to do it now. Like,
Yeah, you're
No,
out.
when it's all flyers, it's cool.
looks pretty unanimous.
Yeah, no, I agree. It's a little wonky, but
It's weird.
They've never gotten it right, but they could. Same with fortifications.
It just doesn't. It doesn't work. It just doesn't work.
Thank you, Tyler. No, fair enough.
these chats are
Thank you,
cracking
Tyler. Why Fenrisian over Cyberwolves? 35 versus 15 points and easier to hide. Also, armed
question?
Big Mech with custom force field, trike, 10 grots, 10 tank bustus. Is it tank B, you think? Yeah, probably.
Totally.
2 groups of 2 scrap jets, 10 flash kits, and 2 trucks.
So, first things,
First on the reels.
yeah. Fenrisian versus Cyberwolves. Is one of them less bodies then? They're more expensive if you can take them with
Yeah,
smaller
you
units?
can get a single model for 35 points for Cyberwolves,
Yeah, but you don't want that. You want
or
coverage.
15 points a model.
Because these are...
Fenrisian Wolves 15 points a model? That sounds like a lot.
That does sound like a lot.
that right?
I don't know. I guess I could pull up the Yield Battle Scribe.
Yeah, sounds like a lot of work.
But so here's the thing, that the unit has 2 roles, multiple roles. It is there to move up and engage soon, but also most of the time it's going to be screening out, right? It's a cheap screening unit, and you want board coverage for that. You want to be able to do what we did this game, trying to screen each other out as cheap as possible.
Number
So-
of models on the point also matters.
Yeah, that's
Like
true.
if you have one
Right, you
guy, he's not going to take an objective away.
Yeah.
He might contest it, maybe. If you have 5 wolves, that will probably contest against everything that's not obvious.
If you were like super into the Cyberwolf and wanted to use it and also accomplish those things,
fine.
maybe it would work if you were like Rhino heavy and could screen. And
It's
could-
fine.
yeah.
It's fine. It's fine.
Yeah, I think they can be a slightly different role, and that's fine.
There's more to this question, brother.
It's a big old orc list. What do you like? What do you like about this list, Adrian?
Oh, wait, hold on.
We're just
5
back
Fenrisian Wolves is 35 points.
Oh, they're so cheap.
And, that's what they're saying. And a Cyberwolf is 15
15.
points. Right.
Nah, I'll take the Fenrisian wolves every
I
time.
would take the Fenrisian still. And that's why. So, back to the list. Armed Big Mech with KFF, Trike, 10 Grots, 10 Tank Busters, 2x2 Scrap Jets, 10 Flash Kids. Oh my goodness. Everything was like so cheap. And then you got to the Flash Kits, 2 trucks. I like this. This is a cool list.
What goes in?
The trucks, the flash kits.
Oh, and the tank busters.
It's probably 2x5. Oh, it's 10
10,
and 10. Okay,
10,
yeah. Now 10 flash kits in a truck makes me a bit nervous because that's so many points riding around in that flimsy vehicle.
Yeah.
Other than that, I think it's cool. I like it. That'd play well with a small kind of bracket. I think I might drop some flash kits for the reasons I just mentioned, and take another small utility squad or two. If you're playing, this is like 1K maybe.
Like you like
seems like
commandos
one thing, yeah.
or something like that?
Commandos, you need things to stand on points, and there's not enough units to stand on points.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just grots.
Full agree.
Yeah, that's it actually. Yeah. Cool.
Thank you, Thomas. Howdy from the Three Amigos. Been a while. Kinda tell by the nice stash, B-Man, playing a semi-competitive Eldar game tomorrow.
Sweet.
Suggests 3 dusty units to build around.
Oh,
Dusty
fun.
units.
Dusty units.
Okay.
Night Spinner.
Ooh, okay.
It's like not super dusty, but it's a little dusty.
No, yeah,
right?
you can get some play. Oh, that's good.
Hemlock.
Night Spinner. That's my first one.
Hemlock. Super dusty. Love it. I love the model.
Swooping Hawks.
Swooping Hawks is rough.
No, I actually like them.
They're
a lot.
better than striking scorpions.
Yeah. I would legitimately. I would legitimately take them
Okay.
for a rod.
Yeah,
sure,
they
sure.
rod.
They're
Or
great
they
for
banners
riding.
early. Like they banners turn 1.
Yeah, they're actually like not.
Oh, okay, wait.
terrible.
So we each gave one. So
Yeah.
then what's the rest of the list? Actually, this is good
Well,
because you've got indirect fire.
We've made kind of mega garbage lists, Zach.
Okay, but now you gotta. Oh, so that's it. Now he's.
No, that's it. He just
The
wants
rest
three
is on.
units.
The rest is on Thomas.
Yeah, you got this, Thomas.
Cool. So I will.
supposed
Let's
to be
say,
semi-competitive, and we picked 3 awful.
Wait, which one did you say?
Semi-
Hemlock.
but he said 3 dusty.
I think
units.
these two you could actually make into a real list. Real list.
Right.
You know,
Okay,
like
give us
Night
a-
Spinner is legitimately not terrible.
It's okay.
Swooping Hawks are overpriced but good.
Objective boys.
Yeah.
What do you? So
The Hemlock's the only one that's
I
terrible.
like Hemlocks.
you like it? Okay.
I like Hemlocks. And a different dusty unit.
Crimson.
Wraith
Crimson Hunter XR.
Blades.
They're not that
That's not that
dusty. We
dusty.
saw those on the stream 2 days ago.
Dusty for us or dusty for the world?
They're not that dusty. I mean, as far as Eldar
For
go,
Eldar
they're
players,
not
it's
that
not
dusty.
dusty.
Well, Eldar players are going to cling to
Their
their
whole
wraiths.
army's dusty is what you're saying? So the questions are relevant?
No. There are things that people who own these armies are using and playing, and Wraith Blades are one of them, right?
Yeah.
Unless you're talking sword.
No.
You can plant your flag there if you
No.
want.
Wraith Guard.
No.
Wraith Guard, that big gun. If that big
No.
gun hits. If that gun hits.
No. No.
What about...
I'm going back to the Hemlock.
Yeah. Not even a Crimson Hunter Exarch?
No, because this played out.
You want to double down on your...
The Hemlock was big. Had its.
Hemlock's the dustiest of these 3 units.
Yeah. All right, cool. Hemlock. There you go.
There you go. Thank you, Blake. So excited for Legion.
Woo!
Frog, Cloud 7405, and myself
The Dead
have,
Beaver.
have been planning on this for 5 months. Waiting for the actual date is like night before Christmas.
Aw.
We're so excited.
I'm excited.
Oh my gosh. And they look amazing. Oh gosh, I can't.
They look really
I
great.
can't wait to show everyone. It's gonna be
It's
amazing.
going to be awesome.
Yeah. We're super
New
excited.
overlays for that, too.
Yes.
New
So we are
overlays.
playing that next Friday.
Friday, yeah.
Next Friday.
A week from tomorrow.
Yeah, but we'll be painting the terrain on Monday on Hobby
On
Titans.
Monday during the day. If you're working from home, many of you are, just
Come hang
out.
just
Hang out.
watch and don't work. You're not working anyway.
I don't know if that was a message we should really be sending to people.
Well, earlier we had the baseball, the dad thing, right? So
Oh my god.
We have sponsors now. We have to
I'm
be
bringing it
careful.
up. We have to be careful. Anyways,
Anyways, moving on. Thank you, Timothy. Building a Sally's Chapter Master on bike with T6, 7 wounds, 2+4++, hammer, and combi melta.
sweet.
Imperium Sword for the first trait. For the second, should I give +2 toughness, a 6-up feel no pain, or objective secured? I know what you guys are all going to say. Love
Is
you.
it OBSEC?
I
I'm going
think
to say
so,
OBSEC.
right?
It's not the feel no pain. Both of the ones are more interesting.
It's
To me.
definitely OBSEC.
Yeah, OBSEC. It's leaning less into the meme and more into the utility.
Well,
It's very
in a
meme-y.
way,
It's very meme.
It takes the meme and makes it useful.
Yeah.
In
It
a
means the
way,
meme does something.
Yeah,
I like it.
Can I suggest option C?
Okay.
Like apples, bananas, but I actually want cherries.
Okay.
Don't do Imperialism Sword.
Okay.
Do +2 toughness and OBSEC. Then you're
Yeah.
kind of focusing on the support role.
Yeah.
Kind of like what you built today, actually. Yeah.
Yeah, there's several iterations of the thing I ran today.
Yeah.
Man, did he do nothing today.
He was really bad today.
He sat in my deployment zone for the entire game.
That would be sad.
Out of necessity. It's like he had no options.
OBSEC became his prison.
OBSEC became his prison. And Blake is mentioning in chat that he's the one that sent the train. Which
absolutely.
is awesome, Blake.
We
And
hugely appreciate it.
very excited to. I'm actually paying a little bit of tomorrow. I think
Yeah. Gonna get
some test stuff.
some test practice.
Awesome. So thank you, Captain Athenos. Trying to plot my custodies by
Cool.
one issue I dislike, Forge World stuff. Any list that I could build without adding it would that won't be a laugh.
Okay. Sure.
How do you make a Forge World custodies list, Bridger?
Non-Forge World Custodies list.
Non-Forge. Just give them the
Big
total
difference.
opposite.
Big difference,
Only
Zach.
Forge World stuff. Sorry, Captain.
okay.
What do you think?
Here's what is in plastic. Sisters of Silence. Good.
Yeah.
Bike Captains. Good. Trajan. Good. Vexilla. Playable. Sword and Shield Guard. Playable. That's all the stuff that I would play. That doesn't make an army.
No, not quite.
You will have
Really
to
not a
dip
lot of
into.
plastic, actually, huh?
There's not a lot of plastic.
No,
You will have
pretty
to
limited.
dip into very situational picks.
Right. Okay.
Terminators, Alaris Terminators,
That's what I would
or
do.
bikes teleporting in off the Vexilla.
Right. Yep.
This will not always work for you,
Yeah.
but when it does, it'll feel great.
Yeah, that's true.
You know, the other thing I would say, Captain Athenos, I largely also dislike Forge World, but what I will say is that sometimes, like, some of the vehicles, if your issue is price, then I can't help you, but if your issue is the model is tough to work with, some of the vehicles aren't bad. Like, if something's a little bigger and bulkier and newer, like I was blown away with Thousand Suns with the Castellax, the magical Castellax guys they have.
yeah.
This is one of the easiest kits I've ever put together.
Right.
And
That's surprising to me because
newer stuff.
the 30K Mechanicus, which is like a related kit,
Right.
everything was awful.
Yeah. This
It's
was
the
later
most
on.
spindly little tiny garbage.
I think
Yeah.
they flipped a lot like halfway through last decade. Like
Yeah.
around 2015, 2016, stuff suddenly became a few kits. I'm trying to think of a couple.
We started
of them.
redoing a lot of kits too, I think. Not like full redone, but like cleaning up the molds and doing, there were all these periods where they disappeared mysteriously and then they came back.
Yeah.
And I think there was a lot of like mold cleanup, especially because after years they get.
I mean, to back you up, specifically on this point, like a Caladius Palace, it's a dream. It's super easy to build.
Yeah.
That's something.
Yeah.
Guys, I think we did it.
We did it.
We did the things. Awesome. Well, thank you so much for joining us. Bridger, as always, thanks for a great game.
Thank you. I tried.
Awesome.
I tried.
Yeah. So we've kind of mentioned it a few times, but we'll mention it one more time. Coming up, starting Saturday, busy schedule. So much happening. We have the Titanathon. It's going to be 8 days of streaming. Yeah, let's talk about it. So what do we have going on? First, Saturday, the return of Brian. I feel like he was just here and we're getting him back, which is awesome. I think people
like he
were,
never left.
Yeah, people were like, oh, we're never going to see Brian again. Now
They
you
were
guys
wrong.
know he's going to be back all the dang time. You're going to be
Yeah.
tired of him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He
So
lives on planes.
yeah, exactly. So Black Templars against what did we end up picking?
Don't look at me.
Demons? Or
Don't look at me. I've had a collective 10 hours of sleep this week.
Death Guard, actually.
Death Guard.
I would
Oh,
play
fun.
the Death Guard. I haven't
Ooh.
played Death Guard in forever. It's one of those armies that, yeah. So that's going to be Saturday. Sunday, it's going to be Age of Sigmar. Zach is playing have we said the factions yet?
We haven't.
I don't
We
think
just
so.
said 2 armies we've never played before on the channel.
We could say the factions, yeah.
Let's say them, yeah.
Let's do it. You're going to be playing the OCR Bone Reapers
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
against?
The much maligned Illumineth,
Yes.
which Brian has been super excited to get on the table.
Absolutely.
They're not his; he's working on his own. But a friend of the show and a fan that I met a couple weeks back has lent his army to us, and we're gonna get on the table.
That's
Very
awesome.
exciting. Then Shane's OCR Bone
Yeah.
Reaper army. So really excited.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So that's going to be awesome. That's going to be going on Sunday. Monday, of course, we have the painting of the Star Wars terrain in the kind of morning time. And then in the evening, we're going to be playing Aeronautica.
Yep.
A couple games of Aeronautica, actually.
Yeah.
Super exciting. Tuesday is our members only game. Of course, we're going to be doing some 40K content with a big announcement, which is going to be really cool for our members. So if you don't remember, get in there early. Wednesday is a day. We're doing 40K and AOS. Yeah.
40K and AOS.
It's going to be a big, busy day in the middle of the week, which is
You're
great.
going to want to be there on Wednesday.
Wednesday is going to be a big
Like,
day.
let's say 7 of the 8 days you're busy.
Yeah.
But you get to pick which day you're not busy.
It would be
And
Wednesday.
you're going to be there live.
Yeah.
It's Wednesday. Be there Wednesday live.
You're not going to want to miss it.
You're not going to miss
It's
it.
going to be awesome. Thursday is our standard 40K day, so we didn't move that. Despite all this stuff, we still have to play 40K on Thursday, so we'll be playing again. Friday, of course, we're going to be playing Legion. Super excited.
Star Wars Legion.
Yeah, Star Wars Legion, and Bridger and Brian will be playing that. I got the short stick on that one, so I don't get to play.
You got the 1 movement, and I got the 3 movement.
Exactly. And then wrapping it up finally on the not just this Saturday, but the next Saturday, we'll be finalizing with the public debut of Titan Watch.
Oh,
Very exciting.
what an awesome finale.
We've got so much stuff going on. It's awesome.
Yep.
Anyways, that's it for
We
today, guys.
do have one more super chat.
Oh, yeah, we do. Thank you
Yeah.
again, Andrew. Quick follow-up to my Space Wolves successor chapter question. Would Chapter Master and Gravis, Librarian, and Chaplain in Terminator armor work for HQ?
I don't love the Librarian. We also have another super chat.
You
so
don't
don't
love the
go anywhere.
Librarian? For Space Wolves, it's great because you can also give the bubble of -1 to
no,
hit.
you're
you can do
right.
Armor.
You need it. But it's 2 CP every turn for -1 to hit.
So you don't always do it.
No, I think you do almost always do it. It's just it hurts.
Yeah, it definitely hurts.
It is painful.
Yeah, but they also have some interesting powers too.
And then Andrew also asks, would an Invictus Warsuit be good in that style list? Gives me something to forward deploy, screen out a portion of the board. You're
yes.
just going to tell them wolves, though, right?
No, I mean there is merit.
Not forward deploy.
For the aggressive part, it's good.
There's
You're right.
merit.
It's not the best for screening. It's not the cheapest, but there's a lot of merit. And again, this is kind of a thing that is legitimately good right now, is Space Marine Dreadnoughts style, where you can have these more traditional Dreadnoughts like we mentioned, and then a couple Invictors that just get up there and get an early threat, and it's actually good. So, yeah, it's a great time to be wanting to play Dreadnoughts, honestly.
It is.
And people are like, oh man, Dreadnoughts again. It's like, no, man, let's celebrate that playing a bunch of Dreadnoughts is good right now.
Yeah.
It hasn't been that in the past. It might not be that in the future. It's cool.
Not really.
You know?
For a while, yeah.
People get sour about.
There's always
whatever's
been like
everything.
one. There's always been like one dreadnought that you take. Like in 5th, it was like the
Yeah.
Grey Knights with the auto
Oh,
cannon.
yeah.
Yeah, there's always like one.
Remember in 8th when the stupid Bodie McBoatface was so popular?
Oh yeah. I like that model. You don't like it.
No, that's so dumb.
The
The
Dorito.
Diradero.
Yeah, the Dorito.
Yeah.
Well, that's
awesome.
gonna do it for us.
That's gonna do it. The super chat back there is the one we just read. Right?
Yeah,
That's correct.
All right. Awesome. Well, thank you guys so much for hanging out with us. Hopefully, we'll see you all very, very soon on the tabletop. Bye.
Bye.